Hi, we are coming towards the final part of our journey on abstraction, and welcome to the realm of Chinese paintings. As you can see, we are using a wooden panel that has been recycled, but it's a fantastic medium, so to speak. Right. This board, you can see there's already a bit of yellowing or foxing, as they say in the use of Xuan paper in Chinese paintings. You can see a bit of the pre-imposed patterns by nature, if we could, right? The late Jackson Pollock, if you're all familiar with drip painting, once said that he is nature. What does he mean by that? Well, actually in Chinese paintings, it is not so much of man versus nature, but man being nature. And one of the ways that this has come through over the years, even centuries, is through Chinese ink paintings, bringing out landscapes like mountains and rivers. It is as though the entire earth in the Chinese understanding is being expressed through the brush. Okay, let me do a simple demo. So to understand Chinese paintings, understanding of language is not absolutely necessary, but it's a very big part of Chinese paintings. So you can see my initial strokes look like Chinese characters, don't they? Okay, the title of this course is Landscape 1 and 2. By landscape, we mean intuitively, the mountains and rivers. After that, it will be other aspects of Chinese painting, like perspective. We often see this sense of scale. The mountains are huge, but then we have small little trees or human figures. So it can be argued that actually Chinese paintings, even before the likes of Van Gogh, Dali, the automatism of Max Ernst, the Chinese paintings were already quite abstract. Don't you agree? So as you can see, instead of using Chinese ink today, we will be doing something a bit adventurous. We shall be using acrylic to substitute Chinese ink. For this painting, the mountains in the background become a bit more salient as I add more strokes. So there's always this sense of the pastoral, the rural, the idyllic scenes of agrarian, so to speak, China, since this art form originated from China. And perhaps we could bear in mind that these days abstraction versus what is known as figurative, or you can see figures, is actually very arbitrary. It's up to you as the painter to to gauge how much is abstraction, how much is figurative, so to speak. For example, Zhao Wuji, the Chinese French, meaning that he, about 100 years ago, he moved from China to France and he has become a naturalized French citizen. And this kind of background is very interesting in itself. But what Zhao Wuji did was that he created a kind of Chinese landscapes using Western medium. Of course, he was based in France all his life, and perhaps that brought the people's attention to a new form of Chinese paintings. And they call it modern. Well, as far as Zhao Wuji is concerned, his abstract art, as we could see in some of the examples, are actually very much similar to Chinese landscapes, rivers, the mountain scenes, and so on. Okay, I shall dilute our acrylic with a bit of water to approximate further the flow of Chinese strokes. The continuity of a line, a curve, and just as a thought exercise, have you ever wondered why there's always little lines of poetry on Chinese paintings? Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, to understand gain a deeper understanding of what is Chinese art, it is necessary to understand the Chinese language too. So here I'll just put some random Chinese characters for the purposes of showing the forms that are so prevalent in Chinese paintings, and to the point that, you know, if one looks closely, the strokes that represent words are indistinguishable from those in the painting per se.